cards at all. Don't log in on any online banking. Don't transfer any money from your phones, your tablets, your laptops, or whatever means by which you transfer it. Don't make any POS or online payments. Don't issue or present any checks on that day, dated 1st of March. Avoid doing any banking transactions as much as possible. That is what banking, the action of no banking day entails. Now, why are we declaring a no banking day on March 1st? One, we want to remind the banks that they are in business because we patronize them. Therefore, we deserve good, fair, and equitable services and charges. Two, we want them to feel what it will happen, what the impact. If we deny them income on one day, because if we don't patronize them on that day, they will not be able to make the income that they make by excessively charging our accounts, multiple charges or sometimes questionable charges that they deduct from our accounts. So we are asking consumers to bond together and abstain from banking for one day, so that the banks can understand that it is only because we patronize them, that's why they make income. And if we don't patronize them on that one day, they cannot charge us all those multiple charges on transactions that didn't happen. They cannot charge you 65 naira for ATM if you don't go there. So in one day, we want them to feel what it will be like if we don't patronize them, because it is because we patronize them, that's why they are in business, and they should not overcharge us to them. Who can participate in this? We're calling on all consumers of banking services in Nigeria who believe that they deserve better, especially those who are affected by multiple bank charges. And I think that would almost amount to all of us. Questions that people ask us: will this disrupt their individual plans? If you plan adequately, it shouldn't disrupt your individual plans. We have declared a Tuesday no banking day. That means on Monday, whatever transactions you need to do after the weekend, you can do it. Abstain from one day and postpone whatever needs to be done until the next day. Just 24 hours. Actually, Moyo, the radio host of Star FM, she actually said to me, look, what you are saying is that we should do a banking fast. I say yes. Just one day of banking fast. Every transaction, abstain from it. Let them feel the impact that Nigerian consumers, we are powerful and we demand certain level of services. So if you do that, you will not need, there will be no, it shouldn't hurt much. There will be sacrifices, yes, but it shouldn't hurt much. Just one day. And since it's just 24 hours, there's no need for anybody to keep excessive cash at home. As it is right now, consumers don't go to the bank every day. There are some days you don't do any banking transaction. So what we're asking is that all of us should choose one day and decide not to do any banking transactions. That one day, if you all don't do it, will impact the banks, it will impact CBN, it will impact the economy, and they will understand how important we are, and they will start to listen to our grievances. Now, we've been asked the question, what if CBN or banks don't respond? And our answer to that is that the no banking day protest is not a sprint and it's not a dash, it is a marathon. We have absolute faith in the efficacy of collective consumer power to influence policy, correct erring service providers, and restore the balance of justice and equity in the marketplace. The change we all seek only happens when the majority of consumers rise up to make their voices heard. This protest is the voice of the Nigerian consumer saying enough is enough to excessive charges in the banking sector. We are optimistic that the necessary authorities will respond to the voice of their consumers. We plan to send a letter of protest to CBN Governor after we are holding a town hall meeting next week on this no banking day, and we'll send a letter of protest to him listing all our demands, which I'm going to read to you here. We are also actively soliciting for the support and participation of more civil society organizations, labor groups, student unions, organized private sector, and trade unions to join this protest, as the issue of excessive bank charges affects every one of us. This action is thus the first in a series of consumer resistance actions that we are planning to press on to the CBN and banking institutions that we are serious and we are dedicated to achieving our goals, top of which is we demand a review and the curb of the excesses in the sector. What are our demands? Number one, we want the CBN and banks to first review all charges to ensure that they are justifiable, they are clear, and they are communicated to consumers. Banks must state all fees and charges payable before every service. We did just a random research, and we found out that when you get your ATM card, you know it comes with a letter. We checked the Diamond Bank letter. At the back of the Diamond Bank letter is a table of every charge that can occur with the use of that card. We checked the GTB card, the GTB letter. The only thing they told you is that you will be paying 420 naira if you use the card in an ATM outside of Nigeria. But this same GTB will charge you for a maintenance charge, 1,000 naira fees, all kinds of charges. They don't list it in that letter. We want it to be standardized that when you are communicating any service to me, you should list every possible charge so that the consumer is aware that if I take this service, these are the possible charges I am going to pay. And if he doesn't pay, he will use the service. But they don't want you to know. The only catch is almost like an entrapment. They create the situation, you take it, they tell you only just the basics. And then when you get into it, you have already signed something on your phone that says you have agreed to pay any charges that is deemed or that the bank says you owe them. You already signed it. And so, based on that, they hide under that clause and they charge you for things that you were not even aware of. I wasn't aware that I had to pay 100 naira debit maintenance charge until on December 26th or something. I was even out of the country and I looked at my phone and saw all kinds of alerts and I said, what did I spend? I don't even use this card because it wasn't even working. And then looked and they said 100 naira debit maintenance fee. As if that was not all. I just went to my Facebook page and I saw consumers complaining, GTB just charged me 100 naira for what? What are they maintaining? I thought then we found out there was all the banks that did the same. Some are just charging their own in January. Some are charged in December. But who alerted you that you are going to pay an annual fee for a card that you already paid an advance fee to get? Those are the things that we want them to check. We are demanding that fees that are not stated must not be chargeable anymore. If you don't state it, then you don't have the right to charge me for it. If you don't tell me this is what your liabilities are in using this service, then you don't have the right to charge me for those, especially when you already know how much that is. It is not dependent on what transaction I make. You already know. 2, we want the banks and the CBN to eliminate all multiple charges. I'll give you one instance of those multiple charges. When you do a transaction online, they charge you 100 naira and 5 naira VAT for that online transaction.
105.
That's 105. Thank you.
No, separate 105 and 5.
Oh, separate 105 and then another 5 naira.
Another 5 naira.
Okay, I didn't even know that.
It's
Yeah,
not bad.
now that same transaction. That same transaction is added up at the end of the month and they charge you COT on it again. That same transaction. So that means that for that one transaction you are paid twice. That's multiple charges. It's either you charge me COT or charge me the online banking. Because you know, it's not every time you use online banking. So if you do transaction not online banking, you don't pay. But if it's online banking, you pay for that and then you still pay COT. That's multiple charges. It's the same transaction. That's not acceptable to us. Those kind of multiple charges, and there are a lot of it, should be eliminated. 3, we want the banks and CBN to include better protection for consumers in the forms, in the contracts and the documents that consumers sign. It is the bank's responsibility, especially CBN's responsibility, to ensure that contractual terms are not heavily in the interest of the banks. The banks, okay, I'll give you an instance that we experienced. Something in 2010, I wanted to get a new card because my card was lost. So I went to bank, GT Bank, applied for it, and they gave me a card. Then they give you this form, this release form, you know what, that you sign before they release your PIN number to you. Because I'm a consumer advocate, I read fine print. Millions of Nigerians don't read fine print. And in the fine print it says, as soon as we release this PIN to you, You will be responsible for any unauthorized transaction that happens on your account, you know, from this card. And I asked the girl, so what if the unauthorized transaction is by your own negligence? Who protects me? There was nothing in that clause to protect the consumer. So I refused to sign. They said I couldn't take the card. About a month later, I went back. I said, I need this card, and I won't stay. So I wrote them a letter, and I said, that clause violates my consumer rights. You should put a clause in there that protects me from your own negligence, because half of the expenses of ATM transaction fraud that we have seen has been because somebody in the bank compromised the information, not because I gave my card out to somebody. So put something there that says if it is investigated and you find that it is your negligence that caused me to lose that money, you'll be liable. I said, if you don't do that, I'll sue you in 7 days. So they quickly wrote me in 7 days and said, we're looking at your request, we will get back to you so that I don't go and sue. About 21 days later, they sent me a letter. I have a letter, and said, well, we've seen what you have said. It was CBN that said we should write it like that. But because we don't want your trouble, we will they actually edited the clause, and they put a clause that says except it is by the bank's negligence. So consumers are signing a form today that we helped to influence a change about. Because when I went back last year to take another card, I found that the clause is still subsistent. But it shouldn't be until people like us find it. There should be an advanced, protective policy that says every transaction must include clauses that protect the consumer from the bank's excesses or the bank's negligence. That is not in most of the transactions, certainly the contracts we sign, and we demand that it should be there.